Genesis City is a nonprofit organization that operates Genesis Academy, a second-chance alternative school for students who have fallen through the cracks.
We are going to get started on our lab.
The majority of the students are low income, high risk, and fragile.
They're high school diploma, but they have to get it done, and they have to get it done more quickly with outside pressing issues that they might have. Some of them are parents, some care and help support for their own family, so they're juggling both work and school. And then we also have a lot of kids that come to us straight from 8th grade that are just anxious about going to a bigger campus. The pandemic is still, manifesting some of the concerns and issues of our students and their families. So providing this nurturing small environment is much more appealing for kids who are experiencing a certain level of anxiety, depression, uncertainty about taking that next step in their educational journey.
You want me to get it started?
Yeah. Guidance, support, and flexibility are a few of the qualities that help make Genesis unique.
If you've ever felt lost in a class, that you couldn't talk to a teacher or you couldn't make the class fit you and your style, then Genesis is a good place for you. So you're gonna kind of cut it. We have that individual relationship with students that tends to get lost in the big schools. Let's see if I can do this.
Instead of an 18-week semester, we have 4 9-week blocks, and that accomplishes a few things. One, we can focus on core content within our 4 classes that they have each block to acquire credits more quickly. We also have the 8 to 155 time frame, so that accomplishes 2 things. One, we'll focus on those 4 core classes, and then students who are struggling and not passing, they have to stay after school to receive the intensive one-on-one small group instruction. And for those that are doing well and need to juggle other responsibilities like a job or childcare, that modified schedule works really well, both with the time of the day. All right, we'll take her back.
Genesis is proud of its graduation rate and the success of their graduates in the workforce.
I have seen students turn around from thinking they're never going to get a diploma, they're never going to go to college, they're never going to get a job, turning that around over a couple years with us through guidance and support, where they're starting to see themselves being able to be successful.
All right, so we're going to do night drops. Sound good?
Yes.
You got your combos?
Yes.
They really tailor everything that they're doing to the individual needs of the students. Thank you for calling Chase. This is Amanda. How can I help you?
Amanda Aguirre is a graduate of Genesis and a current branch manager at Chase Bank. She reflects on the time she left a large public high school for Genesis after her living situation became unstable and a little unsafe at times.
So it just gave me the flexibility to be able to earn an income, which was important to me at the time. But it also allowed me to graduate a year early. So I was able to graduate high school as a junior at 16. And they also took us on a field trip to the Phoenix Public Library at the College Depot, where I was able to actually apply for Grand Canyon University, which I ended up graduating from. So that was a huge impact for me. Attending Genesis just really gave me the tools that I needed to succeed. I think it just shows that they did help instill a lot of qualities, including leadership, and I think that helped me in my branch manager position.
First and foremost, our small classroom environment. Our students aren't just numbers on a page. We know their names, we know their weaknesses, their strengths, and above all else, we know when they need some space, we know when they need some extra attention. And we go beyond just the classroom. We want to help them with anything going on in their lives to try and eliminate those barriers for them to be successful.
So this is our print farm. We have over 70 3D printers.
Jeanette Lane is the CEO at Surgistud,
All of our models are built by hand.
a company that produces body models as an alternative to cadaver
And again, every model is customized.
for surgical training and education.
We have started with the spine. That was our core product. That was the actual model that was used for the patent process. And we have recently, 2 years ago, expanded to the orthopedic line. So we now do foot and ankle, shoulder, hip, and knee. They can customize the density of the bones, the shape of the bone, the deformities, trauma.
Lane served as a guest speaker at Genesis for several years before partnering with the Academy to employ some of their graduates. Graduates who now have unexpected careers.
Because when it comes out of the mold, you got to make sure it looks clean and presentable for the customer. They've given me all of this, and I didn't know what I was going to do after high school. They basically just guided me to where I needed to go to, start a life as an adult.
When I first arrived, I didn't really care about school, but Genesis really changed that. They saw potential in me and they wanted better for me, and I wouldn't be where I am today if it weren't for them.
I'm just making sure the bone segments aren't fused together. Genesis almost like customizes each student depending on what their circumstances is. Like, no matter how rough your life is, they'll work around that for you. Like, they won't just push you away. They'll bring you in, even make up own programs for you to help you outside of life.
Their ideas and their feedback and opinions that actually improve our processes, and ultimately we both gain success. Personal growth, professional growth.
Cut with the lid off.
Generational impact is also influencing enrollment at Genesis.
I was looking for a school to go to that were already all packed, and my mom had told me that like 2 or 3 of her siblings had came here, and she told me I should give it a try, and I came here and I liked it.
I heard about it through my cousin, so she actually graduated from here. You're graduating on your own pace. If you're behind, then you graduate on your own pace, and there's like different volunteer works, community hours that you do, and they just have everything for you.
How can we achieve that?
But there are still challenges and needs that have to be addressed.
There's about 50,000 youth inside the state of Arizona that are not in high school that should be. We want to get our word out there that we're here, we want to help them, and more importantly, I'd say there's a lot of barriers outside of these walls that are inhibiting students from being able to be here every day, or even for a long extended period of time where their grades fall off, they feel like they're losing hope, and they just stop coming. Whether that's work, family issues, substance issues, whatever it might be, there are many, many things that are stopping them from being in school that might not necessarily be in their control.
First and foremost, because we could do so much with extra funding, and just to make up the funding we don't get because they're not coming to us on the first day of school. The majority of our kids, high-risk youth, come to us after the 100th day, which is a state funding issue. We still have to keep the doors open, and more importantly, we have those support programming that we have to pay for and provide to make a real difference to keep them in school and keep them progressing through their high school diploma.